did not.
Well,
If I remember
the
correctly.
Bane still played well, man. It can be
Sure.
part of a winning draft.
Sure. It's always, as long as you play well and lose, then everyone had a wonderful time. That's definitely how you get prize money,
10
by being
seconds
a
remaining.
loser.
You're the one that just Frenched my lizard, so
Yeah,
do you
and
really...
I won.
5
It was
seconds
hot
remaining.
as fuck. All
Oh
right. Anyway, I
my.
believe that we are into
Jesus.
a draft coming in here.
Reserve
So
time.
why don't we stop all this bestiality talk? All right, here we go. Draft
Well done.
number 2.
Dire
Thanks for having
team
me, guys.
ban.
Nyx Assassin's going to be banned out, as well as Undying and Doxia. We did see a okay Nyx the other day coming out from some NA teams, so worth banning again?
Nah.
Nah, nah.
Nah, let it
10
through, man. We
seconds
gotta have these
remaining.
interesting games.
Well, not this time.
No,
No
okay.
interesting game for you today, Annie.
5 seconds
Next
remaining.
man coming through. Still got a lot
God,
of
this
good
is so
heroes.
mind-blowing. Ever since I
Reserve
found out
time.
that dinosaurs had feathers. Just been looking at pictures all day.
Oh my.
What?
I'm
so
really
crazy.
sorry to hear that, Suns fan.
Oh, Jesus.
Did you know this, Fog? Am I the only one that didn't know this?
You were
I mean,
pretty late
yeah,
on
I've
that
never really
train.
looked it up though.
Like
Dinosaurs
Tyrannosaurus Rex,
with
he's covered in feathers.
Dinosaurs with feathers.
So they say.
Oh shit. look at that.
Radiant
Yeah, no,
team
they
It doesn't even look like feathers. It just looks like fur.
Yeah.
It's
based on
like
these
little
illustrations.
sticky quill things.
You ever seen a fossil of a feather?
No, that's not.
I hate my life.
I don't find that interesting. Just a feather.
All right.
Fossil feather. Kids, come.
As someone with a paleontology degree, I'm getting a little triggered right now.
Oh yeah, that's right. Annie joined a paleontologist.
Yes.
I like the Bronchiosaurus.
That's not a thing.
What is what?
Ankylosaurus
Bronchiosaurus.
is my favorite.
Radiant team
The Stegosaurus is quite
Oh.
nice too.
There's the
Throwback.
Brontosaurus and Apatosaurus,
Shut
and they're
up.
actually the
We
same
have Faces
dinosaur.
Void and Phoenix, a standard
Guys,
combo that we've
it's
seen
Manila
before.
Major.
Yes, hello again.
Ooh.
And this was picked up yesterday, or a couple days ago, excuse me, by I think was it yesterday, right? This was picked up.
Double
The
bubble
Void
game.
Phoenix?
remaining.
Yeah.
that was the double
Perhaps.
bubble game.
Yeah,
Yep, with the
so-
Enigma.
Here we are again. Could we be seeing another
5
Enigma?
seconds
Looks like
remaining.
he is still in the pool. So
I was the one that wanted to see an
Terrific.
Enigma this morning. Let's get it
Reserve
done.
It's interesting to see Complexity first pick Warlock. That is like a forgotten about hero this tournament. We've had a lot of supports available most days, but Warlock
Dire
has
team
been getting
ban.
no love.
Ursa Bear, there's a hero that Suns fan hates, and I think it's pretty good. Especially in
Great
this-
against the egg. You got
It's
to
good
get
against
that
both
attack
of these
speed.
heroes.
Right.
It's good against Void. You keep the Fury Swipe stacks when he leaps away.
You know
Good
what's
for
just
Phoenix.
shocking
Radiant
to me,
team
Fogged?
ban.
What is
What?
that?
That Lich is not picked very often. That level 25 talent of 35 armor to buildings, my goodness. When they put that in, they're like, this is what's going to bring Lich back. But
Just
then
gotta
it
hit that
turned out
level
to be
25,
garbage.
you know?
Just turned out to be horrendous. I mean, isn't his
10
other one better?
seconds remaining.
What is his other one?
The attack speed slow.
Yeah,
Scotty
it's the
style.
Scotty.
You get
Like, why the
Scotty.
fuck
5
would you get this
seconds
building one
remaining.
ever? Shit!
Because you're trapped in your base. I don't know. Because
Resolve
you
Resolve
haven't
that's
attacked
enemies.
a single creeper hero in like
Dire
40
team
minutes.
ban.
you've
But
just
you're
been
level
trapped.
25 somehow.
You never
Sounds
know.
feasible. You know what Cole needs, guys?
What's that?
They need a troll. They need more attack speed for the egg. Let's just counter that Phoenix.
Oh, he's in the pool. He
Yeah.
is in the
That's
pool.
right.
I mean, I actually don't think that that's that bad of an idea. If Troll is alone against the Phoenix, he can basically
10
do it
seconds
himself.
remaining.
And same thing with Ursa. I mean, that's not bad. Isn't Troll pretty good
Radiant
against Void
team
too?
ban.
Troll's not bad, yeah. But where you'd have to put the Troll mid or the Ursa mid, which I get that can work too.
Dire team pick.
But
TA?
Troll Ursa is a little redundant.
Maybe.
You're,
Yes,
like,
it is.
You're gonna be super physical, and you're both like kind of single target, and you already have a Warlock on your team with Fiddle Bonds. You probably want more synergy, I guess.
So what do you guys think? Wanted is just going to have one of these wombo combo teams, bunch of team fights. Seemed to work out the other day.
10
lot of ways to
seconds
initiate.
remaining.
Easy peasy.
I'm actually a little bit
5
surprised at this
seconds
TA ban right
remaining.
here. I know Complexity, clearly they're running with 747, who runs the TA phenomenally well in the
Reserve
mid lane.
time.
So they didn't want to snap it up for themselves.
Maybe it was a preemptive ban so that the other team couldn't ban it.
That's retarded, Slice.
Are you sure
Ah.
about that?
That is
Yes.
quite stupid. I agree.
You agree with me, Fog?
No.
Okay.
Never.
Think
Never.
about it. Puppy.
Have they
did a
been running
game one
Void
time.
safe lane, or is Boris? I feel like Boris is always on like these like initiator kind of heroes.
Yeah, I think
Does
it's
he
a
have
Boris
Void?
hero.
Didn't Boris play it when we saw it days prior?
Okay, that makes sense then.
I
Not
think.
sure.
I might be bullshitting. Ask Grant. He's the expert.
Grant,
Grant?
we're gonna need you in 2 minutes. Thank you.
Yes.
He did, but they had the Enigma, right, for Chessie in
I'm
the
sure I
off
could
lane.
just look it up faster, but oh well.
All right,
That's what it was.
I have a question for Fogged.
What's up, man?
I want a percentile here. Okay, 50% means it's okay half the time, right?
Radiant.
How
Wait, what?
viable? How viable in percentage is Tidehunter carry?
0%.
Like right click,
Damn.
right click.
0%.
That nothing is 0%.
It's pretty close.
This is
to 0%.
Dota. Okay, it's not. Just give me a number, a real number. That's not biased.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, if you had the original Anchor Smash from Dota 1,
We don't. We're not going back in
remaining.
time. This
Like-
is my theory is that Ice Frog eventually wants him to
Reserve
turn into a
time.
carry.
Like-
again.
like 10% maybe.
10%. Okay.
Wow.
All right. Watching the
got
next
armor.
patch, he's
You
gonna
don't
get
need a
buffed.
stout shield. Like you don't need a stout shield. You have AOE wave clear. I don't know.
That's right. Very
Like,
good.
Landing's pretty easy.
Very good.
Very good, Fog.
Just don't skill your ult.
Yes, very good.
What's happening in the draft again? Oh, an ogre pick.
Oh, this is like the same exact lineup they had the other day.
Yeah. But hey.
I'm gonna have to look at their exact lineup. Hold on.
I think they picked Enigma and.
All right,
who was
they
the
had-
mid?
This is the exact order. Okay. Faceless Void, Phoenix, Ogre.
Fire team
Next will be Kunkka,
Oh,
and
my
then
main!
Enigma. But Kunkka's banned, I think.
Kunkka's
right?
banned,
Yeah,
so maybe
Kunkka
they'll
was
just grab
banned last
Enigma.
game.
I mean, if it works, it works.
Who
It's not
replaces Kunkka in this lineup?
bad.
Like
Ags
Disruptor or
Wraith
something?
King. Oh, I don't know.
Oh, wait,
I
Kunkka was
think
a core.
Disruptor is a
That's
fine
right.
replacement.
10
Sure.
seconds remaining.
Disruptor?
No, it's got to be a mid because it was a mid
5
Kunkka, so
seconds
core Kunkka.
remaining.
Huh.
Radiant
Like a
team pick.
Necro.
Necro.
Oh, that's similar.
That's not at all, but we'll just pretend that's the case.
Zaire, you've been spamming a fair amount of Necro yourself. How's it gonna work?
Yes, Necro. He might
Right.
buy a Dagon and ult people. It's amazing in 3K pubs.
It's really good
That's-
versus Ursa because you have built-in Ghost Scepter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 seconds
Maybe
remaining.
gonna be picked
Ursa
up as
just
well.
got to get Defusal though, right? Does he actually go for that this game?
You
5
probably have to
seconds
eventually. Yeah, it's
remaining.
really good. Removes Bloodlust and that crap, and the Void.
Reserve time.
Bloodlust. Is it actually worth diffusing off Bloodlust?
Well, like if you're chasing someone down anyway, you know, like,
Oh, okay.
you're gonna purge it off anyway, and you're purging off the Ghost Scepters eventually at one point.
Sure, I can see that. Oh, okay.
I mean, not
okay.
first item
First
defusal.
Holy shit, they have
Face
Bloodlust.
boot defusal.
Get the diffusals.
All right, they picked Bane and they're like, let's set it up with a Leshrac, but they forgot
That is
that
the
Leshrac
sun's
is
ban.
banned.
Yeah, that might have happened. I mean,
They do need damage.
I did get a message from Moose saying, "What the fuck? Why did you ban Lesh?" I was like, "Blame Fogged."
I got
He
one
told
from
me to.
Moo and Z Freak as well. they were quite upset.
Clearly, they were counting on their
To say the
Leshrac for at least one game.
Well, let's see if they've done their homework here, because Wanted definitely wants Enigma.
I'd like them to have more synergy with the Warlock. Right now, the Bane of the Earth are a really single target.
Yeah.
What about?
How's the silencer this game?
He's banned.
He was banned last round.
He's banned.
Oh
He
no!
would be great, though.
That would be
Great
wonderful if you
hero.
were available.
Yeah, the wonderful hero.
Dire team battle.
Lena. Okay, I'm
Okay.
getting a little worried about
So
that.
it's
Ah.
a core Warlock, huh?
Where's their setup coming from? Is it just Warlock dropping the
Or is
golems?
it Core?
Is it a-
Warlock.
Is it a
Bane.
0%
Cor-
chance it's Corlina?
It could be Corlina, huh?
I think it's Corlina probably. Yeah.
Oh,
Corli-
Lena versus Phoenix. Oh, you get the Fiery Soul versus the Egg.
And
More
versus
attack
Necro.
speed.
Seconds
Well
remaining.
done,
Attacks, yeah.
Fog.
No,
Yes.
if Necro pops his Ghost Shroud, you just ult him and he
5
dies. It's a
seconds
Ghost Scepter, dude.
remaining.
Oh,
Counter.
maybe we'll see the fabled right click Lena
Reserve
build.
time.
Yeah.
Back
Probably
from
not. But
2014. It's right click Lena. Could happen. Okay, we got one more band coming out here from
mean,
Team Wanted.
What is Wanted scared of about this draft? For me, Complexity's draft is not looking super ferocious. You can just kind of run away.
Well, they have a lot of team fight. I mean, they have a couple ways to kind of hold people there so that Ursa can get a few swipes and Lena can do a lot of the stuff on her own. But, yeah, I don't know. Wanted's probably just looking to
10
find
seconds
something.
remaining.
I think a little push would be nice from this team.
5
I would
seconds
say.
remaining.
Enigma.
Radiant team
Troll's not bad for
ban.
Wanted.
Oh, ban on the
Troll
Broodmother.
Void. I like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's probably where they're gonna go. I mean, Troll Void's a good combo. They could use the push on Wanted to have kind of a little backup plan.
I mean, is Enigma totally out?
They could do Troll, they could do Gyro for what Wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they have
10
like a safe
seconds
lane Void,
remaining.
off lane Enigma, Necro mid,
I mean, that's
Phoenix Ogre supports.
feasible.
5 seconds
There's also a lot of
remaining.
good offlaners still in the pool, like Tide, for example.
I would like Wanted to not be so ulti
Reserve
dependent
time.
right now. They are very like Chrono, Phoenix, with
Right.
Necro. Like,
10
I think they need
seconds
someone to hit
remaining.
buildings too.
Mm-hmm.
Void's okay with Bloodlust, but he's not really
Jakiro.
a pusher.
5 seconds
Safe lane
remaining.
Necro, off lane Void, mid
Radiant
Jakiro.
team,
Could
Dire
happen.
team
And
Ooh.
an insta lock
Takes
on
us to Beastmaster.
Beastmaster.
I mean, there's the setup they were missing.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. Very nice ult that could be used to kind of counter all that team fight that they have. But if Wanted goes full team fight here, it could get a little scary for him. However, I could choose to go for that push strat. Let's see what they're going to pick up. Is it going to be the Enigma
10
or the
seconds
Troll?
remaining.
I think
Drum roll, please.
the vision from Beastmaster is huge here to try to catch the
5
Void
seconds
initiations and stuff.
remaining.
Oh,
Windrunner. Oh,
they
that's a-
rounded out nicely for Slacks.
That's a
Ah.
pusher. That's a
So,
Push hero.
Slacks, how you feeling about Wanted's draft now?
You know, I gotta say, although Wind Ranger is a very shitty version of Troll, she is.
She is.
It does provide them a little bit of push. It also provides them a little bit of a stun to kind of deal with stuff. Fundamentally speaking, Wind Ranger is a terrible hero, but could work out potentially. Fog, how you feeling, buddy? You're our resident expert.
I'm liking Cole's a little bit more. I think they have more comfort heroes, while Wanted is more like heroes of the past and stuff.
Heroes
Like
of the
Windrunner is
past.
kind of coming back, Necro is coming into fruition again, but I feel like Void got hit pretty hard with his nerfs. Phoenix is a little bit weaker too.
So call it now, Fogged. Core Warlock or Core Lina?
I think it has to be Corlina, because if they don't go Corlina, they're gonna lack damage. If they don't go Corlina, they'll lose like 100%.
All right.
Damn.
Because then they're like Ursa Warlock, and that's their like 2 cores. That sounds super bizarre. to me.
Warlock's a great right clicker. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, he's not bad. And with the cooldown on Shadow Word, he can have it all the time. It's constant.
Wow.
Constant heals. Guys.
Whoa.
Think about it.
This mode makes everything so weird. I'm like selling Corlina right now. What the hell's wrong? with me?
Selling Corlina. Please go Corlina.
I mean, I'm just really underwhelmed by Complexity's draft. I don't know.
Ouch.
I
That's
think they
harsh.
can still do it. I think they've still got it in them. Remember I said Complexity 2-1?
Yeah.
I think they're going to be winning this game, but they've got to get really stable lanes going right away.
I mean, I really think this game comes down to who gets the initiation first. If Bane and Lina or Warlock get the drop on you, you're pretty much screwed. But if Void's Chronospheres are good, then you're pretty much screwed. And I think it all comes down to the Complexity Beastmaster. As I already said, more vision, more abilities to kind of play around the other team, and better opportunities to jump them. So, as much as I do love Wind Ranger, I think Complexity's got this one in the bag. Sunzi?
Yeah, I agree.
That
The winner should have been Enigma. I wanted a double bubble real bad.
DB?
That's the EG special, and it's no longer the EG special.
Like, I believe that was the Cinderin special. Their team ran that forever.
Double
Every
bubble,
goddamn game.
Cinderin.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, the old, was it State Gaming days?
dude.
Or No Diggity?
No
No Diggity
No
days.
Diggity in Dream League. Every
And that's a
game was
blast from
double
the
bubble.
past right there.
It was
boy.
Vengeful Spirit, Void, Enigma. Their top 3 heroes, like, every game.
Yeah, but anyway,
remember that shit.
I have to agree with you. I think that any other pick besides Wind Ranger would have been better, but that's my normal story. So what are you gonna do? Anyway, we should be getting in that game any moment now. Again, takes a bit in elimination mode.
It's
Annie,
the spectators' Slacks. We've been over this.
you down for another challenge?
I'm down, man. Let's challenge. All right, I'm thinking Complexity. But, you know, I'll go Wanted for the sake of the bet. I think Wanted are looking really crisp today.
I'm gonna end my life if Wanted wins with a Wind Ranger.
Live on stream, that's the bet.
That's the challenge. Will I die today? Find out. All right, we'll figure out the challenge. But anyway, Zyori and Trent Pex are headed up into that
Prepare
game.
for battle.
Enjoy your cast.
All right, thank you very much, Slacks and Annie. Trent, we are here in game number 2, Complexity versus Wanted. This is Elimination. If Complexity loses it here, they are out of Elimination Mode 3. Can you believe it?
Wouldn't even. Whoa, Melons, you're crazy, dude. He gets a ward down, but he's all right. I actually like the Wind Ranger, to be honest. I thought it was a good pick up against Ursa, up against Beastmaster and all his friends. It can be very handy to have so much evasion. And they went for that Beastmaster, I'm assuming because Complexity were thinking about that whole Enigma and whatnot, and just having no, never mind, that was intentional. Okay, we're good. That was the same word for a second, but just that whole idea of having the roar up against the Enigma and just being able to stop him during those black holes and the big cooldown reliant stuff. Wind Ranger, no cooldowns. It's fine. QO. You know, if anyone's going to land some double shackles, make this work, I can believe in him. And looking forward to Chessie here on this, what appears to be like an aggro-style Necros. They block out these camps, and maybe they're just going to abandon Boris, actually.
I'm excited to see the Chessie Necro. It's a strong hero right now. I think maybe a little underutilized, but it's just all about the initiation. If Wanted can find the opening in these fights, oh, it's just so easy to follow up with Necro. And they've got a lot of ways to do it.
PPD did this yesterday too, right? With the early ward, and he went for these courier snipes, and it looks like Melons possibly, well, he might just be going for the block, but we'll see. Worth noting, Susie, well-known Lina player. This guy plays a ton of Lina. He's one of his most played, even in pro games. I can remember him playing a lot of mid Lina, and I know he spammed it a bunch in pubs when the hero was good. But it looks like they're none the wiser about the PPD Phoenix. This courier, it's coming. Gonna do it.
Take a look at Dire Vision here. He gets
be
the
dive.
vision. Icarus Dive makes this nice and easy. You just need that first auto attack. PPD, this is you, number 1. And
PPD, no!
He doesn't get it. Oh, boy.
Just start.
Oh,
well, that's
PPD. How unfortunate. A noble effort, but unsuccessful this time.
Well, that's too bad. I mean, it looked good yesterday. He had like because I think it was Sidner who pointed out during that cast, but you're diving, you get the attack, you stop, you get the second one, you're gone. You get a courier snipe.
Yep. Definitely one of the easier heroes to try to do that with, but the angle the courier went, he would have had to sort of Icarus dive into the tower, and it got a little messy there. He tried to make the right call to get out, and now Z-Freak chasing him down. He will have another Icarus dive. He makes it back with about 1 auto attack to spare. That 0 armor on Phoenix in these early levels, just so brutal.
Yeah, and then our lane matchups pretty much as expected. Just can you imagine if they got that courier too? Just that would have been so good for this game, but either way, not gonna matter much for now. Everything looking pretty normal. We got Boris in a decent matchup for himself up against Monkeys. Better than the alternative. Obviously, Faceless Void never wants to be against Ursa. That is a bad time.
Yes, that is
not a fun one. So aggro as expected.
And here comes Z-Freak mid. Rotates through, just putting some pressure on QO, making sure 747 has all the space he needs to farm in this early portion of the lane. And of course, down bottom, the lane we haven't looked at yet, it's Moo on the Ursa, Melons on the support Warlock. And they're up against what is now turning into sort of an aggro try. It's Chessie on the Necros. We talked about PPD TPs down on Phoenix. And it's Jo on the Ogre just waiting out this 2-minute double damage rune. Very nice for him. This could actually turn into a first blood if things go the way of Wanted.
Oh, I have to say, too, with how Boris played yesterday on that Faceless Void, remember, he crushed it. He was some insane scoreline. I don't remember. It was like 12-0 and 16 or something, and maybe less than that, but I'm just going to give him credit for that much. But
Jo throws the Ignite. There's the stun onto Ursa. A few more auto attacks, and they'll find this kill. The heal from Melons, keeping him alive, but it's not enough. Chessie on the Necrophos gets off the last auto attack, and that secures him to first blood. Nice rotation. The lucky Blueberry rune here for Jo does indeed yield that first blood.
Yeah, QO down here too, chucks that power shot, and Shrine time. Big old party.
The value
Chessie's
shrine.
got a salve, though. He's fine. So I was actually watching Chessie earlier after we finished Mr. Cat, and he was playing some Necro. So
He was. You're right.
this will be our second time watching him today. We'll see. That game he went Atos into. He said that Aghanims is core on this hero. You always have to build it eventually. Like, you don't really have a choice. It makes sense with the new way the cooldown works.
Yeah.
It gets so much shorter.
Yeah, maybe not first item. You know, like
No.
Mech, always a good item on Necro, especially now with Ghost Shroud, the healing bonus, all that kind of stuff. Might not be the choice here, but some sort of survivability item, even just a Force Staff or something first can be huge.
Yeah, I think typically you want, like, you either just decide, do I want Blink, Atos, or Force, and then build into your Aghanims.
Yeah, absolutely. So glad to see Chessie here, seeing the fruits of his labor. I was watching some of that stream, actually. He was very surprised.
He was
to
very happy. He was fine with
quadruple in
elimination
viewers.
mode. Yeah, he was like, oh, I love elimination mode. He's going to play these weird heroes I never get to play in competitive.
Yeah, that's true. I actually heard him say that. Confirmed. Chessie likes elimination mode. You heard it here, folks.
Sick sellout, Chessie. Thanks, man.
So up top, it's going very well for Monkeys, out CSing Boris on the Void right now. This is looking to be good in terms of timing for his items. Meanwhile, mid, QO on the Wind Ranger, stunned up, but gets off the Wind Run. She'll be just fine.
Yeah, not too much real concern until the Laguna itself. was apparent. PvD, he actually stole that. Did you see that?
I did actually.
that
was pretty
quite
clutch.
the snag. Wow.
Tight.
All right, that kind of makes up for the courier, but not quite.
Almost. Monkeys, if he was level 6 there, could have been a kill on Boris, but of course not quite at that point. Only a quarter through level 5s as he continues to rack up the CS. How's Mood down here in the bottom lane? 24 last hits compared to the 20 of Chessie. So fairly even spread. The off-lane Necro, not the easiest lane. We'll see a rotation now up top. Z-Freak bumps into PPD. Ogre also here. It's a 3v2 in favor of Wanted. And Complexity will just start to back up as Z-Freak moves into the jungle. Chronosphere comes down. Beastmaster locked in place. Sunray bringing him down low, and PPD can't quite get the angle, but Boris, he gets it. Now Z-Freak in way too deep. 1v3. It will be a 2-0 up top. No, 2-1. They get the kill onto PPD, actually. Monkeys gets credit for that one. Still not the dream for this Radiant offlane.
No, and that's kind of comes back to this Necro, though, because he was level 4 when they ditched him. Now he's level 5.25, and what are they going to do with a Warlock and an Ursa? There's not really much, right? He can just space himself out here. If he feels any sort of threat or pressure, he can just go Shroud. He could even TP if he had one. There's just really nothing doing on him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Warlock, very sustainable lane support, but in this kind of a situation, the sustain isn't the problem against Necro. You need some way to, prevent him from just TPing out when the Ursa closes the gap. Well, good stuff for Chessie at least. His Phoenix will be rotating back down, a level 3 on PPD. How's QO doing in the mid? Looks like they've tried to rotate on him a couple times, but the last hit battle is strikingly even.
Got a smoke coming up top. It's on to Boris, though. Not the easiest target, but yeah, Boris senses this right now. He's like, I really don't want to get roared and killed.
They know Chrono's down. They've got the bird over the tree line here.
Look how
scouting
deep
out
their
any
vision is bottom,
reinforcements.
too. Like, he
Yep.
should know.
Z-Freak, only level 3, not even close to a Fiend's
they
Grip, but
stack
that will
stuns.
set up for Lina. Does not have the mana for the ultimate. Oh, no! 747 can't quite get it, but now he sips the bottle, and they do get the kill on Boris after all. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Moo, it's a 1v3. He will not survive. Chessie will get credit for that one. So 1-for-1 across the map. Void for Ursa.
Yeah, at that point, even running in the trees probably wouldn't have saved Boris anyway because of Hawks and whatnot. So, but again, it's just kind of like last game too, where they have this deep vision coming out from the Dire side for Wanted, and they just know these supports aren't down here. They must be making some sort of play on Boris, and at least he was able to delay it enough that they were able to grab Moo too. So, nice shackle by QO.
Yep,
Tense
Z-Freak
angle there.
out of mana, low on HP, drops the Nightmare. Wind Ranger may still continue to pursue here. There's the wind run forward.
All right, good luck,
Done.
power shot.
747 does have a Dragon Slave here. Power shot connects. They need a few more auto attacks. Necro gets it. Chessie finds another kill, and that's a spree for him. Now QO heads over to the shrine. They'll use it. Not a battle that he really wants to fight here. Needs to be somewhat careful. Monkeys does not have the ultimate. It's down for 10. I'll put him in the Nightmare. I don't know if QO is going to get out of this one. He does have some teammates on the way. Chessie inbound, drops the power shot. Now Boris is here. He does have a chrono. Primal Roar, now off cooldown, but perfectly timed from Boris. Catches
shackle
two.
setup
The
too.
follow-ups there. They get the first one, and now Z-Freak soon to go down. Chessie gets yet another kill up on the scoreboard. 7-2. Wanted breaking this one open nice and early.
Wow, first two chronos going very well here for Boris. Painful cooldown at the start of the game, but as long as you can make everyone count, it's all that matters.
I mean, that one was particularly clutch because of the Primal Roar cooldown. If he had waited just another second, Beastmaster might have been able to get off the ult, stop that whole exchange from happening, but it was perfect timing there.
Yeah, it really helps out QO too, just being involved in all these kills. Can be very tough as a Wind Ranger to get into all the items you need. You feel like you need that mobility item, then you need an Aghanim Scepter, and then you actually need a damage item. So as fast as you can get going on the net worth chart, very handy for the hero. And this whole time, Chessie was just hitting some creeps, man. You know, he showed up at the end of that fight, but he's very rich himself.
Yep. A small gold lead for Wanted, only about 500, so even though it's 7-2, Complexity are still farming pretty decently in the lanes. We'll see QO get set up on here as Z-Freak starts off with the Nightmare, but QO, he just turns and drops the ult. JO's nearby, and they just destroy Z-Freak. Now Melons will not be pursued. All right, just a freebie here going the way of Wanted. Very nice.
Yeah, that was a little weird. Z-Freak not finding the communication there. Maybe he thought the Monkeys was closer or something for a roar, but
Yeah.
Melon's not dropping the rocks, so that wasn't going to be the play. They might be able to threaten mid, though, just by having this. And Helm onto Monkeys. A little bit of a different build, but we've been seeing this like those offlane Magnuses as well.
Yep.
Same idea. And in general, I think Necros are just kind of looked down upon. Like, Lycans aren't building Necros. Beastmasters are skipping Necros.
Yep.
They have a really long cooldown.
Yeah, and it's also, there aren't that many items that feed away golden experience. We'll see up top, Moo and Z-Free going in onto PPD. They find the kill there. Chessie nearby. He does have the ultimate. Moo needs to be a little bit careful. Death Pulse and a Reaper's Scythe with that extra magic damage could be the end of him, but they're just fine. Chessie does not overstep his bounds. Meanwhile, in the mid, Monkeys joins the team, and they knock down that tower. Only 1 point in Inner Beast, but with those added units, it's enough to take it out. No defense here from Wanted.
Oh, Chessie's coming in. He's running down Melons.
Yep, Shackle connects. This should be an easy one. LSA does slow down Chessie, but Reaper's Scythe not used. Okay, 747 actually keeps him alive. Very nice. Clutch stun.
Be the battle of the winding cooldowns. A little bit of ping pong back and forth, more than likely, I guess, because we still have, what, 120 seconds now until Melt will have his back. And Boris has been sitting on this Chrono for a little while. Likely hoping he gets some assistance soon and try and get another important pick with it.
Yep, those first two Chronos came out pretty early. I mean, generally, I think a Void is happy if he's just passively farming for the first 10 minutes, but getting two pretty good team fight Chronos and getting a couple kills.
Yeah, they're going to smoke into him now.
Made up for that. PPD's also hit level 6. He's up top just trying to push back this wave. We'll see if Chessie and Jo rotate down bottom. That's a Radiant scan there that's dropped. Just barely misses these smoked up heroes, so they've got the right idea, but do not get confirmation of the positioning.
Yeah, and then with QO showing, I mean, seems kind of likely. I think Monkeys, as you said, kind of smelled this one out here. Top lane, PPD also feeling a little bit scared here.
Rightfully so. He's going to TP to the shrine, and all of a sudden Wanted have 5 heroes in the bottom lane. A beautiful Shackle onto Monkeys and his Boar. He drops the Primal Roar onto Necrophos, but Monkeys will die to the wrath of
Nice
QO.
Chrono.
Chessie ends up getting taken out, though. It's a 1-for-1. Chrono comes down. Lena will be able to survive for now as 747 rotates around the tree line. Z-Free getting very low as PPD comes in and finds the kill there. Moo, he's in range. 747, he does not have anything left. Time dilation completely crippling this Lena right now. Does, in fact, get the kill on the Ogre. It's not as bad for Complexity as it seemed at first. A 4-for-3. Unfortunate for Chessie, he wasn't able to get off that Reaper's Scythe there. If he did, he probably would have gotten the reset and survived, and it would have been an overwhelming fight. But that kill prevents Wanted from swinging too far in the lead. They get about a 400 net worth gain out of that.
Yeah, all the core is going down, so, well, except for Boris, that is, but that is going to hurt Wind Ranger. QO looking to build in towards the Maelstrom first. At least that's what he's got queued up. Sometimes if you're snowballing hard enough, or if they're like super squishy, you can just go right into the blink, but Maelstrom first, pretty common.
Oh no, they go
Nice
right
farming
back
tool.
in on Monkeys. Another latch shackle shot from QO. No Primal Roar, no way to survive. And it's an easy one. They'll get this tower to boot, so Wanted get a nice recovery there.
You can't really blame them, I guess. They just immediately TP and run like beeline to your hero. You're kind of thinking maybe you have a little bit of time to clear out your tower. You feel safe because your friends could come back, but
Yeah.
no one was ready for that.
I guess the one thing that perhaps makes that more enticing for Wanted is knowing that Chessie has the ultimate up. Almost surprised they didn't use it there for just that guaranteed extra time on the respawn timer. But here we go. Tier 2 tower in the bottom lane under heavy assault from Team Wanted. They've still got all 5 down. Boris, 45 seconds on the Chrono.
Oh, they feel safe because this ward up here, though, and there is a smoked up Warlock coming through.
And Warlock, of course, level 9, does have the Golem. Chaotic Offering ready to come down. Here it is. Connects on 3. Moo trying to get in to close the gap. Phoenix Egg comes out from PPD. Chessie takes the Laguna Blade, and he goes down again before he can do much of anything. Egg does go off, gets a stun on 3, but Wanted are on the back foot here. Jo, he goes in hard. He tries to make some space for his team, and it will not be a successful endeavor. 2-for-0. PPD trying to fly over the tree line. Buys himself some time, but I don't think he survives through this one as the remaining survivors try to TP out. 3-for-0. Complexity finally strike back and get a big net worth swing out of it.
That was a bit of a crazy play from Wanted, to be honest. Like, trying to stay that deep without your cooldowns, at least without Chrono at the time, and just, I guess, hoping that Melons isn't going to find you, but
Yeah.
it made sense when they pushed the tier 1, but tier 2 was pretty greedy, because, like, Melons was up here farming for a while. He obviously ditched the lanes. They would have known he was TPing, but they were kind of playing as if he was back here, which is understandable, but it was a very nice smoke play. Good rotation wrap around there from Complexity.
Yeah, very nice indeed. This gold graph, man, it's looking like the Loch Ness Monster, just up and down and then back again. Very back and forth game as both teams sort of, I guess it kind of makes sense. You have a Warlock on one side, a Void on the other. The team fights are really just fluctuating around the cooldowns, it feels like, more than anything.
One wise analyst once said it would be like ping pong.
Ah, yes, what a smart man. a genius, in fact.
Some would say.
QO
many.
getting pretty close to the Maelstrom, basically just gloves of haste away. Now the smoke from Wanted, they'll wrap around near where this ward is. They've got the Chronosphere, looking for a potential opening. Again, knowing Warlock ult is down for about 60 seconds. This is a pretty good opportunity, at least on paper, to try to pick a fight.
Yeah, this build puts a little bit more pressure onto PPD and Boris, though. Not going for like that mobility first just means QO is essentially reliant on either a Chrono to kick things off or an egg, and then the follow-up from his team as the opponents try and burst it down. But first tower, easy peasy. It was the focus fire, though, with the DD, so not too shocking. They won't have it for this one.
Yep. Oh, Shackle does not latch, but Boris goes in, drops the Chrono, does connect on Lina. Z-Freak makes it to the other side. 747 lives long enough to get off the Yule Scepter. Z-Freak with a Fiend's Grip, locking Chessie in place. They will drop the Reaper's Scythe, and QO actually snipes him with a power shot. It's a 2-for-1 as PPD gets killed. Moo gets shackled. So much damage coming his way. QO still with a double damage rune on. This is not a fight Complexity wants to take, and they will lose it. 1 for 3, and now this Tier 2 tower will be ripe for the taking.
Yeah, nicely done. I was a little bit worried there once the egg went down, but QO in the right spot, able to get that shackle. Not exactly the easiest thing without the mobility item, but he finds that tree. And Melons can do nothing but wait up here, and surely not going to drop the rock.
Whoa, he drops the rock. And what will the follow-up be? Immediately, QO turns, shackles it, and says, thanks for the money, bro. And everyone else will just TP out. Monkeys does not have the ultimate. He has a Blink Dagger now, but that was a pretty awkward, chaotic offering.
What?
Why did he
Everyone
do that?
was dead. I have no idea what that was.
Well, a wise
All
man
right.
once said he's not going to use rock.
A wise man once said.
Oh, my. You know, I really like the new HOD item, though. I've been buying a lot in my pub games, and it really does feel like the new Drum of Endurance. It just gives you that nice regen, a little bit of stats, a little extra attack speed. I understand why everyone's buying it right now. It's just such a good value item, easy build-up. You know, you can buy a little ring of regen in the lane for some extra HP. It's a damn good item right now, Trent.
I mean, it's actually one of the funnest items right now. And when you're playing carry, too, you can just like go in the jungle, or you're in your lane, and you're just punching some creeps, and you just throw this creep to follow your supports around.
Yep.
It's so excellent that you get this Purge creep that got nerfed but is still OP. Or you get your Dark Troll Summoner, and you're just like playing as this. You're like tabbing to your hero, man. You're just playing. Your hero's the creep. Like, that's who you are now. The other guy's just getting gold, but you're just like YOLOing. You can dive anyone. It's great.
Yep. Well, the Loch Ness Monster continues here. Wanted, though, pulling into the biggest lead we've seen so far of only about 1,500. QO with the Maelstrom, and only a couple hundred gold away from the Blink Dagger. They'll just come in and finish off this Tier 2 tower. Nice and easy. Radiant do not have a glyph, so not really much of a defense to be mounted here, especially without the Warlock ultimate. Still down for another 60 seconds. They will group up in the top lane, posturing as if they want to pressure this tower, but I think they'll leave Monkeys to split push a little bit and TP back to prepare for this high ground defense. Wanted are going for it here. QO just walks right up there. Again, they know that there's no glyph. This is a little weird for Complexity. QO taking a lot of damage. Wind runs back, and now we're looking like a team fight. I think Wanted would be well advised just to back out here. This is not the time to try to break high ground.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, no, they'll just back themselves away. This is fine, though. Good grab from Moo. Next tower, we get the double Helm Creams up here now with the Beastmaster. Something's going on. This is pretty nice. He's got his Blink Dagger. Things look good for Monkeys.
Yep, the Blink Dagger's huge. Do you think we'll see a Necro book at all, or is that item just so out of vogue right now? Like, I mean, what are you thinking he'll transition into if you don't go for the Necro book at this stage?
I guess it depends on how the game transitions, but I actually really liked that Shadow Blade that Mind Control built the other day. Thought it solved a lot of the problems that they had that game. That was when there's a lot of split push and stuff, though. So
I always think of aura-based items, like Assault Karas, always a good item on that hero. But time will tell here. Z-Freak looking for the Fiend's Grip, but can't quite get it on the other side. They get a quick pick onto Jo. Awkward positioning here as the rock comes down just on PPD. They kill Z-Freak, but Laguna comes out onto the Phoenix. It's all these little 2v1s as the Ogre buys back, and now it's a 4v4 on the field. Phoenix and Bane both sitting in the grave. Another double damage rune on QO. That's going to give him another free golem. It looks like he drops the shackle. It actually latches onto the boar, and he will just get that free money. Now on the other side, Melons may bump into Boris and Chessie here. Chronosphere at the ready, but a nice Yule Scepter from Susie prevents it from coming out. He will pay with his life, however. Melons on the run will get brought down by the Reaper's Scythe, and just like that, Wanted find an advantage in this series of engagements.
Yeah, these are some just scrappy little like merc fights. I don't know. It's these 1v1s, tavern brawls going on or something.
Yeah, that one in
Monkey's just like
particular
blinking
was
away.
Super spread out. And a buyback from the Ogre. We can take a look at the team fight recap, and of course, it doesn't factor in the Ogre buyback. Thank you for recap. I don't know if it was quite worth it there, but the right idea. They're fighting around that tier 2 tower, so at least he has an access point to TP to and get back in the fray.
Yeah, towers, shrines.
Yep.
You're an ogre. You don't need items. You press E on heroes. You just bloodlust them. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like I was actually really looking forward to the Magnus. I thought it was going to come out in the Complexity 5th Bandit, so who knows? Maybe they would have gone for it for QO, but yeah, anyone who can jack up this Faceless Void is so sick. Make him super strong. Actually turn him into a carry that he wants to be.
The Diffusal's coming out here, Trent. He's got both Blades of Alacrity. Not too far away from completing that.
Yeah, that'll help. We got a Yules and the Lena too, so that's pretty handy.
Hey, Trent, whatever happened to the Aghanim's on Beastmaster? Is that just kind of a disregard item at this point?
Yeah, I think so. Like, that's just. I mean, other stuff's just better for that much money.
Yeah, it seems like it. The only time I can really remember Ag's Beastmaster being a thing is if you're playing like Fata style solo mid core and you're just snowballing out of control. It can be a pretty cool item, but
yeah, people would like skip it instead of blink. They would just like buy that, run at people. Like remember that was like a slight phase.
Yep. It's not that good, though. A lot of other good items that you can buy, like you said, for a similar or lesser cost. We'll see some pressure on this Tier 1 up top coming out of Wanted. That does force out the Glyph as QO drops the Focus Fire. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Complexity looking for some split push of their own. This Tier 2 tower pretty low, and they should be able to bring it down around the time that this Tier 1 falls. Wanted being very cautious with their positioning here. Chronosphere is available, but they don't want to get caught too far forward. Warlock ultimate up in about 10 seconds, so reasonable. Ooh, 747 finds QO, connects, but the Shrine starts healing him up. This is kind of an awkward fight for both sides, but QO will not live. Z-Freak sets it up with the Fiend's Grip. Now Chessie TP's in. He's by himself. He drops the Ghost Shroud, takes a lot of magic damage here, but in comes PPD. Which way is this going to go? Chronospheres, Boris comes down. He connects on two, but the rock comes out on the back line. Both teams breaking up this team fight well, but now the egg from PPD will not be enough to save Boris. Jo trying to help him out, but PPD dies as well. It's a big fight for Complexity. 4 down on the side of the Dire. Chessie, the only one to survive.
Yeah, they found themselves a hell of a fight.
But again, it's another one of these scrappy little exchanges where, you know, it starts as a 1v1. By the time Chessie TP's in, he's already dead, and then it's another 2v1. Just an awkward fight.
And there's this egg. Man, wow. Level 10 minus 20-second respawn time is actually insane. PPD is just like back.
All right, this is a big defense here. They've still got some time on the Golem. He can tank the tower. Windranger with the power shot, trying to slow things down as best he can. There's a Vlad's Offering coming out for Monkeys, which will help in this 5-man death ball. QO, Shackle on the 2 neutrals. Or not neutrals, rather. The creeps. They lose the tier 3 tower. And it's going to be close. It despawns. Jabade.
Saving that money and that, yeah. It's tier 3. Shrines go down.
Yep.
Very important stuff.
Uh-oh. They're on their way, though.
Oh, not again.
They want to contest this. This Shrine is not available for healing, but Complexity, they sense it. They're on the back foot. Z-Freak uses the Glimmer Cape. He'll be fine for now. Boris does not have a Chronosphere, so they don't have much catch. Chessie blinking forward, does not find the opening. He's about halfway to his Aghanim Scepter now, so that'll be a big upgrade for the Necrophos. Big fight for Complexity, and now we see them jump in the lead, about 4K net worth, 5K experience. Nothing insurmountable, but regained a lot of that lost footing from the early game.
Yeah, I really liked his build this game too. I mean, it's pretty standard stuff to go for the Veil first, and then, but in terms of the mobility items over the Force Staff, or maybe a little bit of catch the Atos, I think Blink was definitely the right call. We know they're already lacking because the build the QO's going, which is very sensible with what his allies are doing, and then the Veil is, I mean, just sick this game anyway. He's got a Phoenix, he's got an Ogre, he's got a Maelstrom coming out on the Wind Ranger first, and then Void likely to build into one later as well, plus his bashes are all magical anyway, so
Yeah.
plenty of magic being pumped into the side of Complexity as they take care of that shrine and should be able to make this Roche a little bit safer.
Yeah, they'll move into Roche. All the ultimates available on both sides except for the Chaotic Offering. Still 25 seconds on that. Small window for Wanted, but Roche falls so fast against the Ursa. I don't think they'll get here in time, Trent. And indeed they won't. Aegis of the Immortal goes the way of
move.
Moose.
Look at this
Ursa
guy.
Bear.
Angry.
We're going to see a fight actually break out. QO trying to win run away. Moo, he blinks in very aggressively. Shackle does not latch. 747 on the front line as PPD comes cruising over with the Sunray. Boris with a nice chrono connects on 2. Lena gets dropped, but they also lose PPD. Now Monkeys comes back. He's got the Primal Roar, puts that onto Wind Ranger. There's the ult from the Warlock on the backside. They do lose the Aegis. And it's looking like an okay fight for the Radiant. Boris going chop on Monkeys. There's another Shackle. They get the Reaper's Scythe. Complexity starting to run low on resources, but Moo, he's at full HP, and once Chessie loses Ghost Shroud, this is going to be tough for him to stand up against. Melons nearby. They don't have any slow. Necro's just going to run away. It's a 3 for 3. Now Chessie taking the big damage, and down he goes. 3 for 4. They do finish off the Aegis, but once again, Complexity find a successful fight.
Yeah, it was a nice play from PVD, though. Again, that short respawn, he just comes back, goes to the Shrine, and immediately he can just pick off Monkeys on the back lines. But in the end, Complexity still the big winners on that one, despite the fact PVD can now buy a Midas. Not going to help you too much when they are just going on into your melee racks here. So they're coming back online. What do they really have, though? I guess they just have... You still have to be pretty careful with shackles. And
Oh,
PPD.
there's Moo. Pops the BKB, goes in onto the Phoenix Egg. They can't stun him, and PPD likely to die here. It's going to be close, but the Supernova goes off. Now Moo way too deep into the base. His teammates can't get to him. Jo pops the Shrine. It'll keep him alive. Now the Enrage comes out from Ursa. He just can't do it. It's Ursa versus the world, and the world will win. Total
Monkeys.
domination is now Monkeys caught by the Shackle. Wanted handed a couple of freebies on a silver platter, and it's not done yet. But wait, there's more. Or not.
UO just pops out of the base of the Blink Dagger. Snagging up onto Monkeys there.
That is scary for Complexity, though. They had a pretty good lead, and this is one of those games where they need to close this out sooner rather than later. I think Wanted's late game is going to scale just a bit better. Wind Ranger going for this core, and she's almost over the hump. She's got Maelstrom, Blink, soon to have Aghanims. Then she starts getting scary. Necrophos, he almost has Aghanims as well. Of course, Faceless Void scales very well into the late game. Only has really 1.5 core items or so. Still a lot of scaling here for Boris. I don't know if Complexity can afford to make greedy plays like that and have it backfire so much. I mean, that's a 10-second BKB on Ursa and the Aegis down. So, whew.
Complexity. What shall they do? Going later and later. I guess we really need to figure out what Monkeys is up to. We were kind of talking about his build. So he's got this flats
pipe.
He's got this hood. Yeah, he's starting to
Okay.
eye up into a pipe. These are definitely those items of what you're pointing towards, my friend.
Or a base
Ending
beast,
things
maybe.
early.
Let me guess, Assault Kuros still to come.
Yeah, definitely a potential one. I don't know. He might end up doing a little bit of ratting, but just this pipe in general, kind of showing what they want to do. You have this Ursa core. The game's getting later. He's going to be kited around by these Blink Daggers, this evasion. Even Necrophos, of course, already doing plenty of work.
Yep. And now
No real denying that they are on a pretty big timer here.
Yeah, Swindles picks up a mech. Not bad for the Warlock, but no Aghanims, no Refresher, just going full support mode. So in terms of scaling, you know, mech, not one of the better items when we're talking 45, 50 minutes into the game.
Radiant scan. They think there might be a smoke or something coming this way. They're a little bit worried, even with some ward vision, but...
Z-Freak in a sneaky position here. He's got Aether's Lens as well as the Glimmer Cape. Not going to find the opening, but trying to hide in the trees there. And we also can't forget about Bloodlust. You know, they already have a good team in terms of scaling, and then you add Bloodlust on top of that, and everybody's just moving a little faster, attacking a little bit faster. For a hero like Void, it's a big buff. No doubt. A wise man once said that Bloodlust is a good spell.
It truly is something else, honestly. I don't know. There's something about Ogre that's just... He's just a great hero. I don't know. I'm still not tired of him. Even when, because he used to be a dead hero. I don't know if you guys remember. This hero never got picked. He was like laughed at.
I don't know if you
picked
guys
Ogre.
remember, but Ogre
Yeah.
used to be a joke.
Yeah, he was. It was like then Alliance started picking him for that stupid bear, and back when Armlet was bugged on bear, those were good times.
You know, I remember the old like NIP days before Ogre was popular. They used to do the Lena Ogre Troll Warlord, like machine gun style, carry Lena with attack speed. That was kind of cool. It didn't win that many
true old
games, but it was
school.
cool.
Was your boy JC on Root Gaming, who played an offlane Ogre and went Aghanims first, I believe in American Dota League Season 2? Question mark? Something like that.
Yeah.
Those were good times. Bring back Core Ogre. That is something I would like to see come back again. But
Solo
for
mid
now,
Ogre. Yeah, I
the
remember that
Bloodlust
squad. The
machine.
one and only team that people would first ban Ogre against.
good times.
It's
He
interesting.
also
when you-
pioneered support Night Stalker.
Yeah, when you get that kind of respect. Here we go. Hawk flying over. They've got the
Oh,
vision.
blink.
The fast fingers from Chessie. He blinks away. TP to the shrine.
That was a dead Necro.
Whew. That was a fast reaction right there.
That was a roar cast animation blink away.
Clutch stuff. Jo walking into the front line. He's going to tango with the Centaur. Shackle shot connects on 2. Creeps. Oh, they used the
All right.
shrine by mistake. Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe
That's
maybe
unfortunate.
preemptive.
Whoa, Swindles with a big ult on the whole team. Lena follows up, destroys QO, PPD as well. It's a disaster for Wanted. Instant buybacks though. Chrono, Reaper's Sight. It's not going to find the kills. Void, he's caught by the Fiend's grip. Z-Freak, God on the side as now Chessie comes in. It's a disastrous fight for Wanted. PPD drops the Supernova, but it's going to be too little too late. It's likely to be a dieback for PPD.
Oh, don't get greedy.
QO,
There's no cleanup.
he will back up. Oh,
All
no.
right.
That's 2 buybacks already used. That is, oh my God, look at that team fight recap.
Are under attack.
QO on the run. Moo trying to pursue into the tier 4s, but Shrine will heal up the Wind Ranger. Mid lane to Barracks will fall. Shackle shot does connect,
Dire's
but this is a
middle
tough
barracks are
defense.
under
Wanted have 2 buybacks here. Necro and Void are holding them for now. Necro drops his, buys the Tome, and they're going to come in to mount the defense. There's the Glyph as well, but they need to be so careful. It's a 2v5. Even without ultimates, this is not a fight that they can easily take. Tier 3 tower down bottom falls. Warlock Golem goes down, but Melee Barracks taking a lot of damage. QO not going to be able to save it. Or Willie, the little satyr, the hero satyrs, they come in. It's actually denied, but that's okay. Pursuing out, Z-Freak gets a Glimmer Cape off. He'll be able to live for now. They drop the Sentry, and this should be a kill for the Dire. Will they be able to find more, though? PPD way too far forward. He goes down. The Fatal Bonds destroying this Dire squad. QO in the front line takes the Laguna, and it's likely to be another wipe. This could be GG, and it is. Complexity takes game 2. Trent, that game was so even and then got so out of control in the flash of an eye.
Swindle's God, dude. He throws down a couple. You know, he was just practicing. He was getting warmed up. Didn't want his stats to be too overinflated so that people wouldn't always ban Warlock. You can't have 5 heroes average on every rock drop like that. You know,
Dude,
that's how you get into trouble.
But what was so crazy about that is we saw that Swindle's ult earlier where he just drops it and it's like, what was the plan there? And then to win the game, it's like a 4-hero, 5-hero chaotic offering. They win that fight, clear out Barracks, they all buy back. Then there's a follow-up fight where they get a 4-hero Fatal Bonds on top of the slow, the upheaval. Oh my God, dude. That
game was about
sick
2
work.
minutes away from being completely Roche dependent.
Yeah.
Like when Roche was about to come back, if they actually force Complexity out, then there's a fight around the pit, which, let's face it, Wanted definitely have the advantage there. Even with Hawk Vision, you're fighting into way more wombo combo on their side and higher mobility through the Blink Daggers. But Complexity found that good fight. They used all their auras, pushed through both racks, and
Yeah, man.
we get to see game 3, which means so many eliminated heroes.
Absolutely. Game 3 elimination and only 40 heroes or so remain. We're going to cut to a quick ad break.